Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Yachts here, and it's Thursday morning, and we finally are getting back to the regular season after the All-Star break with the game tonight in Chicago. The team had a practice yesterday on the court of the Bulls arena, and it looked like it was a good welcome back, and everybody was really excited and enthusiastic to be back, mixing it up with each other and getting practice in and getting ready for the game tonight. Of course, we played the Bulls right near the end of the break, before the break, and they had just done a whole bunch of trades. It was right around the trade deadline, and they were a little discombobulated, not totally settled. Some of the players they had acquired had not shown up yet. Some of them had, and a lot of the ones that they had traded were gone. So they were kind of a weird team when we played them last time. They've kind of got their guys back now, though. There are more players to go over this morning for the Bulls in the scouting report in the latest lineup news. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. And we've got your refs also and the Instagram stories, all the fun stuff we do. Raptors Redditor of the Day, the new segment. We got all that stuff coming up. So let's go ahead and get right to it. We'll start with our team, the Raptors. It was found out yesterday that Colin Murray-Boyles' thumb did really well over the break. The fact that he didn't play in the Rising Stars Challenge, really, he just kind of appeared in it, was a good thing because the rest on his thumb, we're hearing good news about it out of reporter scrum from yesterday's practice. So he's probable to play today, guys. Colin Murray-Boyles probable for the game today. His thumb has shown improvement in the last week while the team has been off. So that's really good. Now, one of the things that is surprising and new on the injury list is Sandro. Sandro has a right rib contusion. In one of the games, I think it was the game against the Pistons, he got an elbow or something to the side, and he really got hit in the side in the midsection. So he has actually got an injury right now. He is day-to-day, and he is questionable for the game today due to right rib contusion. So, yeah, he got right here. It's a little tender still. But his island time at Turks, I'm sure that helped alleviate some of the pain. But apparently he showed up yesterday still feeling a little bit of that tenderness in his side, just so y'all know. Chucky, of course, is still out due to his meniscus healing from his surgery. So that's pretty much the Raptors' injuries. No Jakob on this injury list, guys. So that's really good. That portends that we will have the notorious barbecue yak on the food truck menu tonight, Trevor J, that we can put that up on the menu, that it's going to be the notorious BBQ yak served at the Chicago Arena tonight. That's right. Emmanuel Quickly, Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl, the starting five of the Toronto Raptors. And yeah, that's pretty much it about our guys from our side. Colin probable, Sandro questionable. There you go. On the other side, there's quite a bit to go over here real quick. Of course, Noah Senge has been out since December because he had a shoulder surgery, and he's out for the rest of the season. So the French rookie, Noah Senge, is definitely not available today for the Bulls. Now, this is a guy who's supposed to come back tonight. This guy has not played for the Bulls in a little while, and that's Josh Giddey. That's right. I saw the news yesterday coming across Blue Skies saying that Josh Giddey expects to make his return tomorrow against the Raptors, and that means today. So Josh has been out with a hamstring injury, but he is listed as questionable today. So it's not for sure he's coming back, but this could be the first game back for Josh Giddey tonight against us. Jalen Smith is probable for the game tonight. He has a calf injury. The big man has been playing center for them now that Nikola Vucevic is a Celtic. So it's likely we will see the big man that wears the goggles, Jalen Smith. Trey Jones is questionable for today due to a hamstring injury. Zach Collins is definitely out for today due to a toe injury. So they won't have their backup big man. But that's pretty much the injury list for the Bulls right now. And, well, that means most of the new acquisitions are going to be healthy and available to the Bulls. And, well, in some ways, I need to refresh y'all's memory. Who the hell's on the Bulls right now? Well, let's go ahead and do it. Josh Giddey starts tonight. He'll be at point guard. We'll have to see if he shows up or not. Anthony Simons is the new acquisition for Vucevic from the Boston Celtics. We did get to see him in his Bulls debut against us on the other side of the break, and he was pretty good. He was fitting in pretty good and hitting pretty good shots. So we definitely need to key on Simons and make sure that we take the tape from the first Bulls game and utilize it for today, because there's good tape on Simons from the game in Toronto. Isaac Okoro is the small forward. The great second-year player, Matas Buzelis, is the power forward. And as I said, Jalen Smith is probable to play at center. Off the bench, Trey Jones, he may be injured and not playing. Colin Sexton has shown up from Charlotte. We did see Colin play against us in the game before the break, so we knew he's there. Of course, he's an offensive threat. He's basically their Kobe White now, is Colin Sexton. Jaden Ivey of the Pistons, now with the Bulls. We saw him play against us in the first game against the Bulls before the break. He's a very talented young guard, and it's interesting that the Pistons traded him away out of their team. I guess that he was a part that they didn't feel like they needed. Patrick Williams of Florida State, a backup power forward, has been there for a long time. In fact, he's pretty much the longest standing Bull at this point, I guess. Gershon Yabusele, the French big guy, is off the bench. Also got Nick Richards has shown up. Of course, they acquired him from the Suns. He was somebody that we had talked about maybe getting here in Toronto. The Bulls got him, and he has shown up, and he's been playing for them since the game we played. So we did not see Nick Richards. He had not arrived yet when we played the Bulls, but he will be playing tonight. So they have a little bit more center depth for tonight. Mac McClung is up and with the Bulls at this point. The three-time dunk champion is a full-fledged NBA player right now. I think he's on a two-way maybe, but he's still in the NBA, and he's playing. So we should see maybe Mac McClung out there. Also, Leonard Miller of Scarborough. He is from the Minnesota Timberwolves. He got traded to the Bulls. And, well, he's been playing the game since. He did not play against us in the game before the break, but he has shown up and he's been playing. He's a very talented forward, somebody that I'm a big fan of. So watch for Canadian Leonard Miller in the Bulls jersey tonight. Lachlan Olbridge, he played against us the other day. Rob Dillingham, looking for new life in the NBA after getting drafted he's with the Timberwolves. He got traded to the Bulls, and he had actually a really good game for the Bulls the last game before the All-Star break, getting 16 points off the bench. So who knows? Maybe there's a new era and a new chance for Rob Dillingham to get his NBA career going with the Bulls now. But he is there. So, yeah, that's pretty much their team. We also know they got Yuki Kawamura off the bench also. So there's your latest lineup news. Yeah, Giddey's supposed to return tonight, guys. So we'll have to see if that is what happens. All right, let's go to the referees for today. We've got the replay center first. We'll go over. Ed Malloy will be there with Natalie Sago, Nate Green, and Fennessy Ransom. They will be a four-person crew. Manning Sikakis for the return to games tonight. Lots of games tonight in the league. It looks like there's 10 games. We are in Chicago tonight, and our crew chief is Mark Lindsay. Mark Lindsay is the family guy, number 29 out of Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, in his 19th season. His favorite show is Family Guy. He likes the movie The Shawshank Redemption. His favorite musician's Dave Matthews. He likes the book Can't Hurt Me. He listens to Apple Podcasts. He'd most like to go on a family trip to Rome and Italy with his family, and his hidden talent is spelling. The Pennsylvania native received a bachelor's degree in elementary education and graduated with honors from Westchester University, where he was a 3-year letterman in varsity basketball. He has worked as a teacher and a real estate agent. So there you go. Mark Lindsay going to help you find a place as a real estate agent, I guess. Yeah, we've had Mark Lindsay 3 times this year already. And, well, it hasn't been that bad. Honestly, we are 2-1 with Mark Lindsay. We lost the last game he refereed us. So we're a 56% winning in the career of Mark Lindsay. And the Bulls are 44% winning. 56-44 for the Toronto Raptors with the crew chief, Mark Lindsay, tonight in Chicago. So, yeah, 56-44, 2-1 with Mark Lindsay this year for the Raptors. We got a ref that just reffed our last game He's coming back and refing a second game in a row. He did ref against he did ref for us against the Pistons, and that was Giamidis Petratus. Yeah, he just reffed the game right before the break, and he's coming back and he's reffing our first game afterwards too, out of Lithuania, number 50 in his 11th season. His favorite show is Narcos. He likes the Eddie Murphy classic Coming to America. He listens to Swedish House Mafia. He reads The Great Gatsby. He likes to eat ceppaline. His favorite app is the Peloton app. He'd most like to visit Iceland, cycle through the French Alps, and his hidden talent is ballroom dancing. Petratus officiated 3 seasons at the collegiate level, mainly in the Big South Conference. He also worked in various Division 1, 2, 3, and junior college leagues. Petratus began his officiating career at the high school level in Maryland. Yeah, we just had him. He just reffed the Detroit game we lost. We had a really good crew for that game, but unfortunately, the Pistons were just really good and they kicked our ass. So yeah, we're 2-1 with Giamidis, which is we lost the last game that we had. So 2-1 for the season with him. We win 59% of our games. That's a fantastic percentage. He's a top 10 ref in the league for the Raptors. And the Bulls win 55, though. They have a really good percentage with them, too. So 59-55 for the Raptors with the second ref from Lithuania, Petratus. Yeah, the last ref is a rookie ref, and we've had her twice this year already, and we're 2-0, and we're overall 3-0 with her. And that is the international ref, Jenna Renault, number 39, out of Crum, Texas. Her favorite TV show is The Office. She likes the movie Step Brothers. She listens to Fleetwood Mac. Her favorite book is Vibrant. Her favorite meal is lunch. Her favorite app is Lifetime. She most like to visit the beach. Okay, that shouldn't be hard to do. The bucket list is hot air balloon ride, and her hidden talent is spike ball. Spike ball. The Texas native has 5 years of experience as a FIBA official. Renault was one of 30 referees selected to officiate men's and women's games in the 2024 Paris Olympics, where she worked the women's bronze medal game. Yeah, she's an international ref. She's a G League ref. She's a WNBA ref, and she's an NBA ref. So she's a ref that covers all bases. She's the ref that the Rockets called the B word recently, where Sengun and Ime Udoka got in trouble for using the B word at her, which in some ways is low class. And Udoka, with your history with what happened in Boston, you shouldn't be coming at females like that with that word. Let's just put it that way. It makes you look bad. And in fact, some of the Rockets Nation wants you fired now because of it. But Sengun, he came clean with it and apologized to Jenna Renault for calling her a B. And that was the right thing to do. In fact, I think that Alperen didn't understand what that word meant. Being a Turkish guy, he probably thought it was just some sort of not innocuous word, not realizing the gravity of it. I think that people came around and told him, don't be taking your coach as a role model. That motherfucker is a piece of shit. Trust me. Don't be taking any trying to be like him. Trust me. He's not a dude for you to be a role model, right? You don't need to role model after him. Maybe you listen to him about basketball stuff, but don't try and be like him in life. And Sengun found out, oh, that's what that means? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me talk to Jenna. Let me talk to her. I feel so bad. I shouldn't have said that. I bet you that's exactly how it went down. Because, he's not English speaking first. He's from Turkey. And he probably didn't know what that word meant. But yeah, Jenna is 3-0 with the Raptors. We've had her 3 times, 2 times this year and 1 time the year before. We are a perfect 100% winning with her. So yeah, we like Jenna Renault. The Bulls are 2-3 though. They're a 40% winning. So 100-40 is the split with the rookie ref Jenna Renault. The Raptors winning all 3 splits with the referees today. There is a 60% matchup prediction that the Raptors will win against the Bulls today on ESPN's matchup predictor. And I would say that's probably likely. Some people are trying to figure out, are the Bulls one of these teams that are trying to tank, just like so many of the down to the bottom of the league are this year? I don't know. They seem like they could be. I mean, they're so new and they don't really have an identity as the new group. Who knows? Maybe this group works and it does actually win some, but not tonight, Raptors. Let's come back from the break, get that W, and take care of business. Because in some ways, the thing that matters to us is the standings and where we're sitting and catching Cleveland and getting home court back in the first round. We're sitting in fifth right now, and I don't like it. I don't like sitting in fifth. I want to be back at top four because I know that that home court advantage will be very, very important for the Raptors in the first round. We're currently 2 games behind Cleveland, so we need them to lose and we need to win, and we need to get back up there in the top 4. So there's your ref report, a very favorable ref crew. But I said that about the Detroit game before the All-Star break, and we still lost. So we'll just have to see. I do really like Mark Lindsay. I do really like Petraeus, and I do really like Renault. So it is a good ref crew, guys. So there's your ref report for today. Yeah, Mark Lindsay, Giamidis, and Jenna Renault is our crew. That's right. All right, let's see. Isaac Campbell's in first. Game on. Scotty, me, and Mo. That's right. Just Mo, myself, and Masai. Just Mo, myself, and Masai. Just Mo, myself, and Masai. Trevor J's words of wisdom. Nothing lasting comes easy in life. Remember that there's a reason God allows the process. It shapes you into someone stronger than you were before. What takes time tends to mean something. Yeah, this is such an important word of wisdom in today's world. You know, people want to rush things. People want things to happen fast because we live in a world of apps and DoorDash and easy, quick gratification. And the best and the most important cool things in the past have taken time to make, whether it's a sculpture, whether it's writing a book, when he's doing all that. But we're going into this real weird world where you can write a book in a second because of AI. You could do a piece of sculpture, or not maybe sculpture, but maybe a painting, art online through AI in an instant. And that's like instant gratification. But is it really good craftsmanship? Is it really worth, like, is it going to be that good? No, probably not. The thing that if you take time and you craft it, if you really painted it and really had an eye for detail and really put the human touch into it, I'm sure it's going to be way better than the AI picture that you can make in seconds. But this is the battle we're in now. In some ways, Trevor, they don't want anybody to think they have any time to do anything of substance, to put invest time in to build something over time. Everybody's scared. They want to do things as quick as possible. And that takes some craftsmanship away. That takes some quality away. And I think that's a big interesting thing with the new world we're moving in towards is is anybody going to have the patience to actually take the time to make something worthwhile anymore? That's what I'm wondering. So everything that's easy to do with AI is going to be throwaway and a dime a dozen and stupid, and people will be sick of it. And in some ways, it's going to be really tough. There's already signs that people are massively rejecting AI, just like at the Super Bowl when they showed those AI ads recently. They tested the numbers about those companies, and they found out that there's a not a favorable view from those commercials during the Super Bowl. I don't know. I didn't watch them. Y'all watched the AI commercials during the Super Bowl. You could tell you yourself what your reaction was to seeing some cheap ass commercials like that, whether they made you like that company more or if the advertising was effective. No, I think that it actually backfired, and it actually did poor brand recognition. In fact, negative brand recognition for those companies. Very interesting. Thank you for the words of wisdom, Trevor J. Blessings to the Jones family and all the Raptor Freak families. That's right. Happy game day. Let's go. The game is back, so we can stop playing with our finger. What? Stop playing with our finger? What does that mean? What does that mean? That's a strange saying. I've never heard this before. What does this mean? The game is back, so we can stop playing with our finger. Who's playing with their finger? What is this? What is this? I have questions. In some ways, I don't want to ask them because I don't like the way this is going. I've never heard this saying before. Play with my finger. I don't know what this is. Nako's here. Good morning to Nako the Nacho, a great comedian. What a prolific career Mac would have had if he was overseas and just came back for a dunk contest. Mac McClung? Nah, I mean, I don't know, man. Listen, Mac McClung is a weird player. He's a baller. He's a really talented guy. Like, he can score, he can shoot, he can dunk. but he's undersized. Once again, y'all, this is like WCW in the 90s, home where the big boys play, right? That's what they always used to say, is this is where the big boys play in WCW. Well, that's the thing. The NBA is for big boys. It's for regular sized, huge players. Wembayama is the trend of the future. So a little guy like Mac McClung, an average size guy, a normal size person, there's no I'm just saying, man, and I don't mean to be heightist. It's just, dude, that guy can't do this in the NBA because he's not tall enough. And he comes out there, he's going to get blocked. He comes out there, somebody's going to muscle him out. He's not going to be able to do half the shit he can do against average everybody. It's the NBA. This is what I have to keep telling people. This shit is hard. These are the fastest, strongest, best athletes in basketball that play in the NBA. And I don't give a shit how talented a 5'7" guy is or a 5'9" guy is. They're going in there against a 7-footer that has guard skills. They're fucked. It's like, I'm not trying to be mean to short people. All right, Randy Newman? I'm not trying to be mean to short people. I'm just speaking the truth about basketball. That's always been this way. Height will beat everything. And Mac McClung's too short to be in the NBA. It's nothing to do with anything. He's talented as fuck. He's a really good player, but he's going to be good on the college level. He's going to be good on the G League level. He's going to be good internationally, but he's not going to be good at NBA. And if he's lucky, he gets NBA time. He gets these games like he has been. He should be counting his blessings because he's such a fringe borderline NBA player, and he's on the right side of that border right now. So congratulations to him. I don't know. He had to go for his dream, Nako. This is the biggest thing. These American guys, they want to make the NBA. They're not trying to make EuroLeague. That's not the dream that they had when they're kids. That's why they stick around and they try and battle through the G League to get into the NBA, to get that dream. And, you know, some of them do give up after a while and take that money and go to France, Jared Roden. You know, maybe Mac McClung will do that in the next year or two, but all in its right order, right? He has to really see through and try his dangdest to become a bona fide regular NBA player. And honestly, right now he's winning because he's on the Bulls and he's playing for them. So in some ways, he's further away from going to Europe right now because he's actually in his NBA dream. So, yeah, kudos to Mac McClung, 3-time dunk champion. And your dream, keep it alive, my guy. Do that shit like Little Mac on Mike Tyson's Punch Out, okay? All right, let's see. Fiercey's here. Good morning, MJ. Good morning, fam, and happy game day. Yay! She's happy there's basketball again for the Raptors. That's right. I got to work out. I haven't worked out in like a week. I work out when the Raptors play. I'm like, I had a all-star break off from my body too. So I got to get that weight out and start working out today. And I know my guy Mischief's going to be getting on that treadmill today too. That's right. That's right. Nako's saying this: Mattis, Giddey, and Ivy seem like they could be a core. I don't know. Super new team. I don't know how super they're going to be. I don't know if they gel. There's already some red flags on Jaden Ivey as far as whether he's a winning player or not. You know, it's a red flag when you're such a heralded high pick and the team gives up on you in your rookie contract. That's a red flag. There's something wrong with Ivy. And, you know, the Bulls are a dumping ground from people's other problems. You know, even Giddey is this, right? Why is Giddey on the Bulls? Because the Thunder found out in the playoffs one year that Josh Giddey is a liability in certain ways. That's why he got traded for Alex Caruso. So, yeah, I don't know. Buzelis and Giddey have worked well so far together because they have played together. But I don't have a lot of faith in Jaden Ivey. And I guess it's just because, well, the Pistons didn't want him. And the Pistons are the top team in the East. There's a red flag there. There's a red flag there. Nako's saying don't use AI. Yeah, it's silly, man. You know, AI be lying to people too. They'll ask the questions and they'll take it as truth. And it's not reliable. It's not. People using Chat GPT to do everything. You're crazy. You are crazy. I went to the weed store the other day and I got my ganja. And I was talking to a young lady on the other side of the counter. She's 22, and she told me she's worried about her generation because nobody's smart. They can't think for themselves. They're relying too much on Google search and Chat GPT and AI to answer questions for them. And none of them have book smarts or retain knowledge. She can see it as one of the smarter young people saying, I don't understand my generation. So many of them are just not, it's scary. And I'm like, yeah, it's scary. So if you're relying on AI or Chat GPT for things in your life, like there's somebody I dated last year who was taking all our texts and put it through Chat GPT to analyze, with the conversation. I'm like, whoa, there's people doing this shit. This is crazy. Yeah. I mean, I say don't use it. Myself, I'm not using it because it uses the water, right? Let's not add to the problem. So if we don't use it, then we won't be using up the fresh water, right? Is that what it said? Because I don't want to, I'd rather have fresh water than AI. If there's a choice in life, I'd rather have a clean environment with water than some made up bullshit computer program like that. If AI needs to destroy the water ecosystem to work, we don't need it yet. Y'all need to go back to the drawing board and continue researching and figure out a fucking AI that doesn't have to run on water. And then we'll go into the AI period then. Y'all gonna force it through a bad system that is bad and it takes literally the essence of life away from us? Why the fuck do we want to do this then? Seriously. Can we wait a little bit until y'all figure out the technology so that it doesn't have to use the water? I mean, if you're going to use the water, why don't you use the ocean water? Do you need to use the fresh water, the clean water? Why can't you fucking use the ocean salty water? AI motherfuckers. I don't know. These are questions I have. Maybe I don't need to make some goofy little cute Disney Pixar version of myself with AI because I'm fucking destroying the water. Yeah, I'm with Gerald on this. Don't use AI because you're taking the water sources for frivolous shit. What are you going to do? Fuck around and make little Pixar images of yourself all day? And how much water did you waste when you did that? Your parents been telling you to cut the lights off when you leave the room. Well, what the fuck? How much energy are you using for frivolous little AI dumbass shit is what I'm wondering. Yeah. Yeah, it's not Friday, but I will freak out. That's right. That's right. Bryce is here. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freak family. Good morning to Bryce. Bryce is holding it down for us in Kentucky, the Bluegrass State, the home of the Wildcats, and where Emmanuel Quickly played his college basketball. That's right. I love it. Raptors Champs is in the house too. Good morning, Raptor Freaks and Champs. That's right. And James is saying, fuck AI. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck Allen Iverson. This sorry ass wouldn't go and say hi to the kids. He acted all above them. Yeah. I've heard some crazy stories about Allen Iverson lately. So fuck AI. No, I mean artificial intelligence too. Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah, let's go do the Instagram stories real quick. We got Coach Andrew Jones showing an action photo of him and Coach Cerise and Leftwich from the 905 bench. That's cool stuff. And let's see, Heidi and Ava playing basketball. Heidi is playing with the boys, apparently, it looks like. Looks like Heidi Jones is playing with the boys, a girl trying to become a legend. Let's go. Camp 905 is coming up, guys. March the 16th to March the 20th from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The price is $385 plus tax. And there's an aftercare. And this is a camp for the kids in March break at 905. They're going to have it out at the 905's practice court at Paramount Fried Food Center. So go on out there and, if you have kids and you have a break coming up with them, but you have to work still, you could pay to have them go to 905 basketball camp for March 16th to March 20th if you want to. And they can get the instruction from Andrew Jones and the 905 coaches. Sounds like a great event. So check that out. Camp 905, March 16th to the 20th for kids after school. And they have an aftercare program too till 4 p.m. that's free. And then from 4 to 5, it is $50 per week they need you to hold them for longer. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Good stuff there. Let's see. We got RJ Barrett back at practice yesterday. There's a picture of him with Garrett Temple wearing the practice jersey. RJ's ready to get back and prove some shit. RJ's healthy. Jakob's healthy. Let's go, Raptors. Let's go, Raptors. Let's go, Colin Murray-Boyles, with your healed up thumb. And let's go get it. Let's go, Trace. That's right. That's right. RJ practice pictures. Very, very cool. Coco Wade posting pictures of him hanging out with Giannis on the Team World bench at All-Star Weekend. Giannis looking at the lineup and going over strategy with James Wade. That's pretty cool. That's kind of fun. Coco's got the picture of him with one of the greatest there. And this is interesting. James Wade has posted a picture of him with Jesse Jackson, guys. Jesse Jackson was a supporter of the Chicago Sky. And when James Wade was the GM/coach of the Chicago Sky and won the championship, Jesse Jackson was coming to games. So he's saying this to Jesse Jackson a couple days after his passing. I always appreciated the support, and that's pretty cool. There's a picture of Jesse Jackson with Coach James Wade on his Instagram right now. That's lovely. I'm gonna put a little heart on that. That's cool. And there he is again with them. Rest in peace. And there he is with the championship for the Chicago Sky, and Jesse Jackson holding it in his lap with James Wade. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. Those are great memories right there. Definitely rest in power, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Yes, rest in power, man. He's really, really important leader, man. Really, really important leader of our time. Seriously. Emmanuel quickly has an action shot from the practice from yesterday in Chicago, the little layup in black and white. Jacoby Walter with a video of them putting up shots. It's him and Colin and Jamison Battle and Scotty putting up the shot there. It looked like everybody was at practice and pretty much participating, which is good. Mamu, the only one who's kind of not participating. But Jakob's out there participating, and he's ready, and it looks like his back's in good shape because we're not hearing anything about it. There's Mamu with a black and white picture of all of them at United Center on the practice court, practicing for today. There you go. There you go. Jonathan Mobo with the action photo of him coming in the game in the hallway. Yeah, and there's a dunk from practice yesterday for Jonathan. So lots of pictures and photos from that. Yeah, let's see. Mercedes is peeling from the island getaway with Sandro Mamukelashvili. She got too much sun, and she's peeling her skin now. And then she's back in workout mode, and there's the dog. We saw the dogs on the open gym episode that just came out recently. Such a fun little family. I think that Alessandro came from Italy to hang out in Toronto while Sandro was away with his girlfriend, with his fiance, Mercedes, and he had to take the dogs out. So I think that's what happened. I think that his Italian friend came to Toronto to hold down things for him while he was off for break and take care of his place here in Toronto, specifically the dogs, right? Specifically the dogs. Yeah, let's see what else we got in here. She's a burnt chicken is what she's saying there. Yeah, that's crazy, man. All right, let's see. Grady Dick got a new haircut over the All-Star break. He's looking less shaggy. In some ways, Grady is looking like young Grady. You know, all the old footage of Grady as a little kid where he's cute and he's running around. He's got that hairstyle back. He's got the young Grady hairstyle right now because he's cut it shorter. And, well, I like it. Honestly, I know that maybe you're trying to look tough with your beard and your mustache, Grady Dick, and older. But honestly, your hair cut a little bit shorter like it is, the way it is right now. It looks the best. Your hair was a little crazy, the mop you had earlier this season. And honestly, man, don't worry about it, man. Just go out there and be a man. Make your game a man's game. And Grady, you got it, man. You're not shying away from contact. You're getting into it. You're mixing it up. You're getting after it on the floor. You're hustling. You're getting loose balls. Make those shots. That's what we need next. That's right, Grady. That's what we need next. Lindsey Dunn is down at spring training, and she's interviewing all the Blue Jays and getting everything done down there. Of course, it's very busy time for people with the Blue Jays and spring training starting up. That's right. That's right. Let's see. We got also on the Raptors official men. They got an event coming up on February the 19th, which is today at 8 p.m. at the Tipsy Fox restaurant. They're having a Coors Light Bar North viewing party. And I'm not sure where the Tipsy Fox is. Maybe it's in another town like Barrie or something. But yeah, Jamal McGlure is going to be there watching the game with the fans. So if you want to go to the Tipsy Fox tonight and watch the Bulls game, there will be Jamal McGlure in the house, Raptors legend, right there. Let's see, Shoma Mama. The Raptors went to Shama Mama. Oh, this is the Georgian restaurant in New York that they went to with Sandro. Yeah, that was a really cool thing. And his brother was there. And that was from the open gym episode this weekend. There's the behind the scenes of Brandon making the Hellman's mayonnaise commercial where he goes after the mayonnaise containers on the court and dunks on them. It's such a goofy commercial, man. It's like they're showing behind the scenes, like they have all the scene shots, and he's like, "Oh, this is cool. This is how they break it down." He knows what to do. Yeah, it's pretty goofy commercial. If you've seen it, the mayonnaise commercial that Brandon's in, all of a sudden, hey, get that money, man. Get that money. Serge Ibaka is celebrating Vinny Jr. On the soccer pitch. Of course, a big football fan, original man that does art, Serge Ibaka. He's celebrating Vinny Jr. I'm not sure what Vinny did, but he did something. Let's see. Garrett Trent Jr. is celebrating his younger brother, Grayson Trent. He played in a game, Apple Valley versus Rochester Mayo, and they won 67-56. So Gary's little brother, Grayson, is getting his highlights put up there. We knew this was coming because I seen the other Trent brothers, the younger brothers of Gary. They're a lot younger. They're like around preteen and almost teenager. And yeah, Grayson's coming, is what I'm seeing here. Gary's letting us know Grayson Trent may be coming to the NBA at some point, y'all. That's right. Norman Powell is putting on blast. The Heat have signed a two-way contract to Myron Gardner, and he's got the two-way contract to standard contract. So Norman Powell, as a vet, is celebrating a young guy getting converted from two-way to standard contract, Myron Gardner. That's the kind of support you expect from a vet like him. That's right. Once again, check out Unguarded with Rich Paul. Man, Rich Paul, you're getting me a little bit more on like I trust you and you're a good dude. Seriously, this is a really good episode, what you did with Fred VanVleet, because a lot of the stigma around clutch goes away when you let us know who you are, bro, and what you're all about. And I appreciate that for that. You know, seriously, I still don't totally like that LeBron James is a part owner of a representation group in the NBA, but at least the way that you described it doesn't make it seem so as bad. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like that. Yeah. So yeah, let's see what else we got in there. AJ Lawson has posted this. Let's see. He's got him in the Chinese New Year's jersey, which is very, very cool. Let's see. 9:05. That's the break, the March break camp. Preseason schedule came out for the WNBA Toronto Tempo yesterday, and they put it out just after. There's a game that's added that I didn't know about, and it's in April. April 29th will be the first preseason game for well, actually, I knew about this one. It's the Connecticut Sun. I missaid it was Washington yesterday. That's the first game of the regular season is the Mystics. The first game of the preseason will be the Connecticut Sun at Coca-Cola Coliseum on April 29th. It's a home game, but they are going to play another preseason game against the Minnesota Lynx in Minnesota on May the 1st. So there's a 2-game preseason schedule for the Toronto Tempo before they actually play. And like I said, this is coming up in 2 months, in 2 weeks. So the NBA, the WNBA needs to figure out their labor problem right now. They need to figure it out as soon as possible. We got Siakam playing cards with the Siakam brothers on his Instagram, playing some cards. I'm not even sure what they're playing, but yeah, they're having some shit talk. There's Christian and Patrick. Yeah, good stuff there. All right, there's your Instagram stories for today. All kinds of goofy stuff. Grady's haircut and Toronto in Raptors 905 basketball March break camp coming up very soon. That's right. That's right. Let's go. Champs is saying this. Lex, I saw Arish Shamshay working out in the gym. What's really going on? Shaking my head. He's still here, which is amazing. I know y'all joked about this afterwards. Like, y'all were joking, but I think you may be right. I don't know. Shamshay has a lease in Mississauga, and he paid good money for it. And, you know, him being from his roots in Cameroon, being a farm guy, a prince, he may have humble roots, and he may very much value money in certain ways where he doesn't want to waste anything, right? When you grow up in an agrarian society where, you know, you have to really think about cost and you have to think about yield of your crops and stuff like that. You don't want to waste. And it could very well be that you guys were joking about this, and that originally when this happened, that he has a lease that he doesn't want to give up, that he has in Mississauga, because that's where he was supposed to play basketball this year. And that's why he's still here in Toronto. That's why he's still around Canada, even though he's not able to play because of the fitness to play panel. So I don't trust that fitness to play panel. In some ways, it could be a weird entity that is just being racist, honestly, because honestly, they've targeted foreign players, not American players. Most of the players that have been put on the fitness to play panel have been people of other origins. We've had a couple of Africans, Christian Koloko and Oris Shamshe. We had a Frenchman named Victor Wembanyama. We have a brother of a twin. And in some ways, these guys, I guess they're American, but they also have international ties also. One of the Thompson twins. It's like everybody else who's getting in trouble. I don't see American players getting put on the fitness to play panel very often or not. You know, Chris Bosh is a famous one, but that happened for a very serious reason. And in some ways, this is the legacy of Chris Bosh, is what this fitness to play panel is. Because these doctors came in and said, Chris, you can't play anymore, bro, because you have a blood clot issue. And well, his career was over at that. So it's stupid, man. It's like he's here, he wants to play for us, but there's doctors that say he's not healthy enough to play for us. And until they say he's healthy enough to play in the NBA, he can't play. But he's still here in Toronto. He's still using his lease, I guess, and he's still waiting. And that sucks, man. This is really bad for players' development because he had a rookie year. We built that. And now we have a blank in the middle where he's kind of just on his own floating. This is a year lost of experience on the court. But the thing that's good about it is he's so young. He is so young. He's only 21 now. He just turned 21 last month, right? So actually, he's only 20. I think he's only 20 because he was 18 when he came in. He turned 19 the first year, and now he's 20 as of December last month or 2 months ago. So he has time because he's young to miss this 1 year. And I really do feel like that this is what's going on, Raptors champs. That the Raptors have held an open roster spot this whole entire year to jump back on reacquiring Oris Shamshe immediately when he is cleared by the fitness to play panel. Because this is too weird. Like having an open roster spot for the whole entire year so far, that's fishy to me. And I really do feel like it's Shamshe's spot and Bobby's holding it for him. So yeah, I just want them to clear him. If we think about what happened with Koloko, they washed his whole entire second year, and he was cleared near the end of the summer and then came back for when he would have had his third year. And he was on the Lakers at that point, which was convoluted bullshit right there. So either way, the fitness to play panel, 2-finger salute to y'all. Seriously. What the fuck? I don't think Shamshe has any worse medical issues than most of the NBA players, and this is all absolute horse shit. Seriously. Conspiracy theory or what? It don't make no fucking sense. The Raptors have a young Cameroonian prince that's looking like Giannis Antetokounmpo with his athletic skills, and y'all fucking come and rip him away from us this season. What is that bullshit? Seriously, what is that, Adam Silver? What is this fucking bullshit with these doctors taking African guys after their rookie year away from the Toronto Raptors? What is this shit? Seriously. And why is this pattern exactly the same as Koloko? You get 1 year of your Cameroonian center, and then the next year we're going to fitness to play panel his ass for a year and make it murky, and you'll probably lose them. I'm telling you right now, Shamshe, if you have loyalty to the Toronto Raptors, you have loyalty to Masai Ujiri, even though he's gone, you have loyalty to Scotty Barnes and the rest of the team, you will get paid off for it if when you come back, you return to Toronto. And yeah, you can talk to your friend Christian and ask him about how it went when he decided to go to the Lakers instead of coming back to Toronto and how his life changed for that. Yeah, I don't know if it was exactly right or better. He's in a little bit of a better place now being on the Hawks and kind of still being in the NBA, but the Lakers was a mess, and it was probably completely confusing for him. And, why be on South Bay Lakers when you could be on Raptors 905? That's what I would say right there. Why be on that with Bronny and all that bullshit? That's what I think is happening, man. That's what I think is happening right there, Raptors champs. That's what I think what's going on right there. Smooth saying this. Good morning, Reggie. Allen Iverson stepped back over Kobe in 2001. Iverson mocked him after that. The Lakers woke and swept the Sixers' sorry ass out of the finals. Yeah, I've heard things recently about Allen Iverson's character that just make me lose all respect for him. Seriously. Like, just really bad stories about him, man. And the one that I heard recently was he was on tour, and I think he was in Australia. I think he's in Australia just recently. And they paid all this money for him to come there, and he was visiting with disabled and kids that are sick. Like, and he was totally not uh wanting to do it. Like he was like refusing, no, I don't want any pictures with them. I don't want this, I don't want that. But he came and he kind of just showed up, took the money and didn't do anything for the money. And there were all these kids that were super disappointed. And apparently some of the kids in Australia traveled a very far distance across Australia to get to see Allen Iverson. And he just didn't come through with his appearance responsibilities, and he took the money still. Oh, man. I know AI's had problems with alcohol abuse at different times in his life. Whatever's going on with you, Allen, become a better person, please, my guy. Seriously, man. Fiercely saying, I'm hoping maybe Shamshay will come back to us. It's interesting that he's still around. Well, that's what we're all hoping this, Fiercey. We all are hoping this for sure. It's just stupid, confusing stuff. I'm glad that in some ways we've been winning and things have been going good because it distracts us from questioning this over and over again, like what happened with Coloco. It was like this stream was getting annoying during that year because people would bring it up almost every day. And I'd be like, I don't know what's going on with Coloco. I have no fucking idea what's going on with Coloco. And it's the same with Ulrich. I have no idea what's going on with Ulrich Shumshay. And I only wish him to get cleared and get his life back on track because this is Yankee shit. I don't understand this stuff, man. And whatever bullshit they come up with, like they won't tell us anything, and they have the convenient excuse. It's a medical history. It's private. You're not allowed to know people's private medical stuff, and so they can make this as clouded and obscured as they can want to, without any real evidence or what they really are doing and what they see and what it is. We don't know. We don't know what's wrong with Shamshay specifically. We could speculate that it's blood clots because that's been the one for most of these guys, but they won't tell us. It's not our right or duty to know his private medical information. So it just becomes just a really big confusing fucking question mark. And it's just really annoying, man. Yeah, Smooth saying, "Oh, Lex, man, that's really hurts me to hear about Iverson. That's terrible." Yeah, yeah. I thought that in some ways, he's been a knucklehead all along. We know the bowling story, the bowling alley story from when he was at Georgetown, and all the different stuff that from when he was earlier. He was an important part of the NBA for style and kind of getting out of the box and doing his hair the way he did, all the tattoos. He set a tone for NBA players to have more freedom of expression, which is very admirable. But in some ways, I always wondered about whether he was actually an absolute jerk and a dick in real life. I've always kind of wondered that. He could have been a Raptor. That is always the what it woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybe what would have happened if the Raptors had gotten Allen Iverson instead of Marcus Camby that year. What would have happened in the Raptors' history? That's what we could always ponder, because the NBA did take away the first pick from the Raptors that year because we won the lottery and we should have had the first pick, but they had rules at that time that didn't allow an expansion team to pick first. So we had to pick when we did, and it was Camby. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird, shady ways they come at us, man. Yeah, Smooth saying, regarding the children, if that's true, I've lost my respect for them. Yeah, it is true. From what I heard, I read this in the last week. This is something that's happened in the last month or so. It's not an old story. This is a new story about Allen Iverson in Australia. You can go look it up. I think it's out there and you can find it. And there's a lot of testimonials by the parents saying how they felt about how he just like what he did. And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how the kids felt. And like he made them feel like trash. And yeah, it was totally exactly not what they paid for. Let's just put it that way, as far as what he was supposed to be doing for what the appearance fee was. All right, let's keep going. Let's do the Raptors Redditor of the day, guys. Today's Raptors Redditor of the day is Outlaw 10K. And Outlaw 10K is a Spurs fan. And he's coming to Toronto from San Antonio next week to go to the game. Visiting from San Antonio, thinking about standing room only tickets for next week's game. What is the experience like? We don't want to spend too much on tickets, but would like to see a game here in Toronto. Are standing room only tickets worth getting, or should we just spend the extra money and get seats? The very easy answer is just spend the extra money and get seats. those standing room only seats in Scotiabank Arena suck. You know, there's a lot of stuff hanging over that area. And if you're a tall person like me, you're going to have shit in the way obstructing your view. You know, they have TVs that are up there that, you know, the standing room seats are so bad that because you can't see all the angles of the court, some of them have TVs for you to watch. So do you want to pay money, $80 to go stand there and watch the game on a TV at the top row? No. So pay the little bit extra and just get a seat. Seriously, standing room only is not a good cheap option. Standing room only is for when we are very capacity and we don't have a lot of room in there. We want to jam as many people in there as possible. The standing room only places, there are some good ones, but most of them suck because they have obscured views. And once again, you're at the top row, at the very top of the building, and you're underneath the gondolas, and it just sucks. Just trust me. You just pay the extra $20 and get yourself a fucking seat. Thank you, Outlaw 10K, as Raptors Redditor of the day, with the question that, you know, some people probably ask that. I would say, no, don't get standing room only. That's seriously, you get the standing room only when it's the finals and you can't get another ticket. You get the standing room only when it's a huge game because somebody's retiring or it's like LeBron's last game, you know, then you go and you get that ticket because you just need to be in the building. You don't want to just buy it just to be cheap. That don't make no sense to me, man, right? You guys too? All right, y'all, it was Chinese New Year's this week. And I got you know, this is something you do when you're on Chinese New Year's. You can go get clementines. And these are darling clementines, and these are from Morocco. And they've got the Chinese New Year horse on there and everything. This is good luck. So yeah, you get some clementines, nice sweet produce. You don't have to get these from Florida or California. These are Moroccan clementines. So that's right. Buy straight goods on Canadian goods. If you can't get it from Canada, because we don't grow clementines up here, I don't think we do very well. Get it from another country then, like Morocco. And get some Moroccan clementines. There you go. Happy New Year's. And there is the horse. Yeah. These are plastic free. I like that too. It says plastic free. Plastic free clementines. You know, because a lot of produce in the supermarket comes in these plastic nets now, like avocados and different things like that. And you got to rip open the green plastic net. Did you notice what that happens when that happens? Is all these little pieces of green plastic are all over the place all of a sudden. That's microplastics right there. Like, seriously, stop cheaping out, companies, and destroying our environment and making more weird little microplastics. Stop using plastic in irresponsible ways. I don't need to buy avocados in a green net bag that's going to disintegrate and make all these little plastic particles of green all over the place. In fact, I'm going to stop buying those kind of things to boycott that kind of use of plastic because I see the microplastic on my counter after I open the bag. Oh, look at that little string of green plastic that's just sitting on my counter now. I just made microplastics because I opened up a bag of avocados. That's fucked up. Do better sustainable packaging, companies out there. Stop cutting corners. Environmental degradation is a bad thing and a threat to existential humanity. Okay? Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see. Is there any breaking news this morning? Let me see, man. I'm happy to see that the British monarchy is punishing the Epstein people. Prince Andrew's getting in trouble. So there is some accountability somewhere for the Epstein files. It's just the USA ain't got none yet. But yeah, they're coming after him. They're coming after people in the UK for their involvement in the Epstein files. And the European Union are saying, we're going to help you, United States citizens. We're going to help you get out of this tyranny that you're in. And we recognize you and we support the people of the United States against Donald Trump and his regime. And, you know, they're going to do everything they can to help. And I'm with them. Canada wants to help too. There's good people in Russia too that live under the regime of Putin that need our help too. So there's, you know, this is a similar thing, man. Happy birthday to DJ Wilson. Lanky Smooth is birthday today. He's turned 30 today. So happy 30th birthday. That's a milestone. Of course, DJ didn't play for the league last year. Last time he was in the league, he was in Philadelphia in 2024. But yeah, he has 4 games as a Raptor. He started one of them and he averaged 7.5 points. You remember when DJ Wilson was on our team in 2021, 22? That's right. I was doing this channel then. But yeah, DJ Wilson, happy birthday to the former Raptor, DJ Wilson. There you go. There's your birthday for today. Let's see. Any more comments? Let's see. Where does DJ play now? I have no idea. He's not in the league. He's not in the NBA. Maybe he's in a G League. I don't know. You want me to go look at his Wikipedia? I was only looking at one page for him. I can go look at there and see what it says for his current occupation. He's playing in China, and he's on the Jilin Northeast Tigers. Jilin Northeast Tigers. He was on Shanghai Sharks last year. See, they joke about that shit, but that shit happens. Oh, you're going to Shanghai Sharks. And then he does. He goes to Shanghai Sharks. So he's on Chinese Basketball Association. But right now he's playing for Jilin Northeast Tigers. That's Chinese too, right? Yeah, he's playing in the China League. Yep. He's on the China League. Let's see if there's any other American guys on the team with him. Nobody we know. That's right. Wow. Interesting. There's a lot of names on there. I don't know any of those guys. Just DJ Wilson. He's their superstar right there. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. There you go. DJ Wilson plays for China. There you go. That's it right there. Fiercely saying China. Wow. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Fiercely saying I kept thinking Shanghai Sharks was a joke, fake entity. No, that's a real team. You know, every time somebody tries to throw shade at somebody's, oh, you're going to be on Shanghai Sharks now. That's a real team. That's a real team. I mean, we could go look at the Shanghai Sharks real quick, and let's go see who's played for the Shanghai Sharks in the history of the Shanghai Sharks. Because there's, there is like a history of guys that have come there. We're going to see who the alumni are. Currently on the Shanghai Sharks, we got Kenny Lofton Jr. Remember him. Brandon Goodwin. Hassan Whiteside is on the Shanghai Sharks right now. Hassan Whiteside. Everybody's saying, wait, when we get Hassan Whiteside or something like that. Jimmer Fredette, he played for the Shanghai Sharks. You know who else played for the Shanghai Sharks? Yao Ming. Yao Ming played for them a long time ago. They don't have their alumni on here, so I can't really check who used to play for them. But yeah, it even says in this Wikipedia here, around that time, alongside the CBA as a whole, they became an internet meme as a future landing spot for high-profile NBA stars who underperform in a game or series, particularly in the playoffs. Kyle Kuzma, Ben Simmons, and Dylan Brooks were prominent victims of such jokes. That's on their Wikipedia page, that they're a joke in the NBA that everybody jokes you're going to go to. Shanghai Sharks. Crazy, man. Raptors Champs is saying, fun fact, if Morocco is the East, in the East is the kingdom, then where is the empire? The empire is actually America. Don't believe me? Look it up. Type in George Washington letter to the Sultan of Morocco. I don't even know what this means exactly. He's saying if Morocco is in the East, if Morocco in the East is the kingdom, then where is the empire? I don't understand this. This is going over my head. I don't understand this at all. Don't believe me? Look it up. Type in George Washington's letter to the Sultan of Morocco. Man, this is weird, man. Fiercely saying, so DJ is the star there. Malachi in Turkey, etc. David Johnson's the star in Tasmania. Jared Roden is the star in Paris, France. You know, Marquise Noel, and he's gone to Spain. You know, this is just what happens. These guys come and try and make the NBA, and if it doesn't work out, they go around the world and they go where the big contract is, the money that's the best, or maybe they like the particular place. You know, you got to kind of like the place you're going to too. So Malachi's like, I like Turkey. I love Thanksgiving. I'll go to Turkey. You know, and DJ Wilson's like, I'll go to China. You know, sometimes it's the money. It's the amount that they're sending them to you. Yeah. It's the amount that they're sending to you. All right, let me see. We're running through this stream today. I shouldn't try and push it further. Just get done in an hour. If you're done in an hour, you're done in an hour. That's all. You know, all right, it was All-Star weekend. Why not get another All-Star card real quick? So, yeah, classic card of the day. Full name answer, please. Right here. This one's pretty easy. It's a West All-Star from back in the day. If you can tell who that is, it's an easy card. If you can't, well, I don't know what to tell you. You either know. Yeah, Tim Hardaway's right. Slug DZ knows the legacy player Tim Hardaway Sr., not Tim Hardaway Jr., of course. Yeah, I knew it was just Tim Hardaway, so I'm usually a stickler and say put that SR in there, but I won't worry about it today. So yeah, well, I think that's pretty easy. So I'm gonna say a 50 points for Slug Deezy. Reggie, you're just behind him. Fiercely saying, I looked up Oladipo as he was also in a different league. He's back with Wisconsin Herd. Yeah, he's trying to come back into the league, and he's in the G League right now. If you want to be in the NBA, the G League is where you have to be. That's the batter's circle. That's the next step to get back. All right, let me see. Slug Easy, 100 points or 50 points. I said, yeah, it's too easy. Tim Hardaway is a very recognizable player. Tim Hardaway, especially with the 10, you can see his number. Slug Easy, and we'll do 50 for that one. At 50. All right, I guess I'll wrap it up, guys, since this is the regular reps of what I do on the channel, and I'm kind of at that point. So yeah, let's see. Fiercely saying Lex was right. It's difficult to stay relevant, active in the NBA. It's a blessing if you can. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You just make the NBA. You play one game in the NBA, you're an NBA player. Even if you only play one game, Marquise Noel, you made your dream. You can say I played in the NBA. Technically, you can say that. Doesn't mean you had a long-standing career or anything like that. But sometimes that's in some cases, wow, I'm an NBA player. I made my dream. Even if they only got 1 minute, you know? It's crazy. It's a really hard league to be the best. And that's why the fan energy just doesn't match the reality of how difficult that world is. Fans are like, oh, you should be this and you should be this. So easy. Like the fans think it's so easy. They're crazy. Nephews and casuals, the way they talk about NBA players. They've worked so hard to get the gains and the ability to do what they do on NBA courts. And a lot of people, that goes over their head, and they just are entitled and they're weird and they act weird, championship or bust kind of bullshit. And that is toxic. I'll say that. Yeah. All right. Let me go back over everything real quick. Raptors injuries. Chucky is out. Sandro is questionable. Colin is probable. That's good. And no Yak listed, man. No Yak listed. So we should be pretty full strength, especially if Colin comes back and Sandro does play. That's pretty much full strength, other than Chucky Hepburn. On the Chicago Bulls side of things, there are some injuries to note. Noah Senge is out. Josh Giddey is set to return to the lineup tonight against the Raptors. He is technically questionable. Jalen Smith is probable for tonight. Trey Jones is questionable. And Zach Collins is out for the game tonight. As I said, a lot of the new Bulls will be available tonight, like Nick Richards, Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, Anthony Simons, Jaden Ivey. Yeah, the brand new looking Bulls will once again get to play against them. We'll have to see if Billy Donovan got their team together a little bit better. I would say this, Raptors, to win the game tonight, utilize your reps, your chemistry, your gelling that you're ahead of than this team. This team has been thrown together just in the last couple of weeks, and they shouldn't be playing better as a team. Y'all should be playing smarter and better as a team and should kick their ass. This is a game that y'all need to win. Don't come out lackadaisical. Don't have any post All-Star break weirdness. Come back out professional. Take care of the job. Scotty, you know what to do. You're a great team leader. I've heard what you've been telling them to do, and you're on the right track. You're doing the right things. Great leadership. Keep that energy up. Keep them keyed on what they should be focusing on, and get out there and play as a team, play together, play smart, make the next winning play, and you should beat the Bulls no problem. Okay? So let's not mess around. This needs to be a big W tonight. This does. I'm sorry. This is a game y'all need to win. The referees for tonight, Mark Lindsay favors the Raptors. Guillemidis Petratus favors the Raptors. Jenna Renault favors the Raptors. So we got a good ref crew tonight. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. Fiercely saying we must contain Anthony Simons. He shoots a lot. Yeah. Get out to him, contest his shots, and don't let him get going. One of the things that the Raptors have been screwing up on in games that they've lost in recent times is letting the other team get going and feeling good. We have to be stymiers. Like Darko said at the beginning of the year, we want to put the other team through hell. And, letting them have easy shots and getting in a groove and feeling good, that's not giving them hell. You need to bug them. You need to make them have everything hard that they try to do. And because we need to do that, because part of the problem we've had recently is some of these teams like Detroit in the last game, they get in a groove. They start feeling good, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble. You're fighting against a team that's on and they're feeling good. You can have some more control over whether they feel good or not by getting in their way, by being physical, by messing with them. And that's what you guys need to do. I've seen too many teams get comfortable offensively against y'all recently, and that has been part of what the problem is. So rededicate yourself to being shit disturbers and getting your hand in a cookie jar and messing them up. That's right. That's right. Randolph saying right at the end here, game day blessings, beloved Raptor Freaks family. You have an opportunity to show what you are made of. Put your best out there and make a positive mark. That's right. Let's go out there and Raptorize our days. Let's do things right. Let's do the right thing. And let's put more light and love in this world. If you're putting darkness and hate in this world, stop. You're going to get yours in the end. Trust me. No, let's be beacons of light. Let's be beacons of generosity and community, and look out for each other, because now more than ever, we need each other more than ever. And yeah, I'm totally with you on this. Show the opportunity to show what you're made of. There you go. I like that. All right. Blessings to the Phillips family, all the Raptor Freak families. And I'm out, y'all. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak stream today. A nice, even, easy 1 hour stream today. Easy does it. That's right. This don't need to be all day. We get it done. We get it done. And that's it. We're done. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Let's go, Raptors. Beat the Bulls. Play hard. Play good. Get after them. Make your open shots. Make your free throws. And no easy, uncontested shots for the Bulls where they're starting to feel good. Contain Buzelis. Don't let Simons get easy open shots. And, maybe if you guys can bully them because we have a little bit more size, let's use our talent against them. We have a better talented team, in my opinion, with Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, and Emmanuel Quickley. So let's out-talent them. Let's out-hustle them. Let's outwork them. Let's out-IQ them. Let's outsmart them. That's what we got to do right there. That's right. Randolph saying, Lex, I said the important part of the season begins tonight. I think it's all important, but this is definitely another stage later where you have to show that you've built from earlier to go to another level. And that's what we got to see next. The Raptors could go about 500 for the rest of the season and still be in the playoffs. But I'd like to see them win more than they lose, a lot more, and move up spots. Some people are expecting us to land in the 6th spot and lower than one more than we are by the end of the year. I don't want to do that. I want to be up another one at least, if not 2 more. If we could be in the 3rd seed by the end of the year, that'd be fantastic. So we'll just have to see how it all shakes out. And today is the first game for the rest of the season. And let's set that tone like Randolph said. I'm all about that. All right, let's go Raptors. Beat the Bulls, baby.